YouTube, what's up everyone? XRP's real price, it just got leaked and it's nothing like the charts are showing us. Dog pools just exposed levels that could flip this entire market upside down. And if you're not paying attention right now, well, sorry to say, but you're gonna miss the biggest XRP move of the decade, and we're gonna start right here. Let's get straight into the numbers, because this is where things start to get wild. When the macro flips back to full risk on, when the headwinds finally break, XRP, it doesn't just creep up. Oh no, it doesn't. It teleports. We got this post right here coming in from Cyprus, who's saying he's running some institutional software and he can flag the dog pools. Now, he gave us some price targets here that we should be paying attention to. So while everyone is all freaked out that this thing's going back to $1, he's like, look, $3.82, $4.44, and $5.17. That is where these institutions have placed their sell orders. They aren't guessing. These numbers, they're not hopium. These are levels that the big money is quietly preparing for. And listen, these algorithms, going to Cyprus, they haven't missed yet. But here's the part for the real accumulators. The current targets he states that these dog pools are sitting in, where your support is anywhere from 221, which we breached. We're sitting around 206 right now. Then you got $1.90 and $1.56 on the way down. They pretty much line up with targets I've been sharing with you for quite some time. $1.90, $1.70, and $1.50. Look, bookmark this, save them, tattoo them on your trading view. These are the zones where the whales are stalking, and you should be stalking them as well. Now that you know that, the real levels, and we're not saying that these are the top levels, right? That's not what he's putting out there. He's telling you where the institutional interest is on the next wave up and also the next wave down. So don't get all crazy, be like, there's no way it's only going to 5. That is just a key level of interest, folks. That is where you should be paying attention to, which leads us over to this. If you don't want to get shaken out early, if you want to understand why these moves happen before they happen, book a one-on-one call with me. They're booked out for weeks, folks. I'll walk you through the markets, the catalyst, the psychology, everything the average retail trader never gets access to. I'll also help and guide you through your LLC, your crypto tax structure, and how it should look, and show you exactly how smart investors legally lower their tax bill. Don't trade without a structure. That's how people lose half of their gains. And make sure you sign up for that free newsletter. That's where I drop everything I can't say on YouTube. And if you know me, you know there's a lot I want to say, but I can't say. It's free. Go grab it. Now let's keep this momentum going and get back into the news, because I promise you, one of the most bullish videos you have seen in quite some time. So here's a midday check. Chad brought over to us talking about Canarians, XRPC. This thing's cooking, folks. And this is only one. Hasn't even been live a week, and this thing is cooking. First full 5 days, I should say. Okay, listen to this: 712,029, not dollars, in share volume. That's over 15.6 million traded. At this pace, they're projecting another 5 million XRP being added into the system. 5 million. That's a million per day that's going to get added. That means they're buying it. That means that you're over the counter. They are now 1 million less than they were a week ago, or they're 5 million less than they were a week ago, right? This is what early stage institutional positioning looks like. It's quiet, it's aggressive, and it is completely overlooked. And speaking of institutions quietly positioning, well, ETF week's about to detonate the space. Our base case right now, Grayscale's ETF is going live Monday the 24th, right alongside the Grayscale Dogecoin ETF. But here's the kicker. It looks like we have another XRP ETF that no one is talking about also going live on the same day. It is called FTIUS. Oh, wait, is that Franklin? It is Franklin. Would you look at that? Frankie boy, 3 catalysts, 1 week. This is exactly how your stealth runs begins. Now, all the numbers that we just went over and I told you about, that was from one of the smallest niche, I guess we can call them an asset manager out there in Canary Capital, super tiny. We got Bitwise going live on the 20th. That's number 2. You got 2 more on Monday. That's going to be 4 ETFs. And as they start to go live, these institutions, they start to get larger and larger, right? Canary, Bitwise is larger than Canary, Grayscale is larger than Bitwise, and Frankie T is larger than all of them. And if you think that's big, you better buckle up, man. I'm talking about over the shoulder, across the waist buckle. Washington just dropped the freaking bomb. Let me blow this up for you. The $68 billion Coinbase CEO, he went on CNBC giving us an update. That crypto market bill we're waiting for, you know, the one that's gonna give us regulations and it's going to allow these institutions into the market? Well, it's 90% done.
Market structure legislation for crypto has made really good progress. I think we're 90% of the way there. The Senate Banking Committee is also working on their next draft, which we're told is going to get to a markup in December. So seems like good progress from the meetings that I've had today.
I love good progress and I love me a good meeting. I don't really love me a good meeting. I hate meetings. So Brian Armstrong can sit in them. So look, that means regulatory clarity almost here. Regulatory clarity means your green light is almost here. Green means go. We learned that as a kid. Red means stop, right? Cross the street and hold your parents' hands. We all know how this works. That means that the money that has been waiting on the sideline, it finally gets permission to move. And speaking about money moving, how about the institutional thirst for XRP? Man, it's getting pretty freaking obvious out there. This is Canary's XRP ETF, the one we just spoke about, XRPC. It is pulling massive demand. It's almost like everyone's forgot about it, right? We're talking about 276.79 million. 276 million, folks, in cumulative net inflows. And another $8.32 million added today, which is November 18th. Institutions aren't chasing noise. They're not worrying about the chart and what happened in the past 24 hours. You know what institutions do? They chase certainty. And right now, they're loading up XRP like they've seen what's coming before retail does. And apparently, so do entire countries. Because we showed this to you last clip, but this is going to really set us up for where we're taking this and what's coming next. This is CZ Binance dropping the massive statement, talking about any country not building crypto reserves right now. He says they will be at a significant disadvantage later on. According to CZ, we're heading into a global crypto race, not between funds, not between traders, but between governments to accumulate Bitcoin. When nation states start stacking, you already know what happens next. Listen.
Now the largest economy in the world is adopting crypto and they're buying crypto. They're setting up crypto reserves. That means any other country who's not doing that now is going to be at a significant disadvantage when they want to do that later, because the richest country is going to buy Bitcoin first. They're going to buy a whole lot of them and the Bitcoin price is going to go up. The next country that comes in to buy them is going to be buying them at a higher price, so they can only buy less with less, and they have less money. Now I think we're going to see a race towards countries adopting Bitcoin, the major cryptocurrencies. That it's good for the crypto industry as a whole, but in some with some logic, like a lot of retail smaller guys will be left even further behind. Now the largest
when nation states start stacking crypto, you already know what happens next. And that's going to lead us perfectly into this. Let's run the numbers on Grayscale. Remember, Grayscale goes live on Monday the 24th alongside with Frankie T. Based on current price, a slighter, stronger Solana style performance, and Grayscale's uplisting its private trust. Here's what these inflows on XRP could realistically look like. 1 month target, about $150 million worth of XRP in 1 month. And this is only from Grayscale, right? That's over 853 million XRP. That is insane. 1 year, 853 million. 1 month, we're looking at 71 million XRP. In 1 week, we're looking at 17 million XRP. And 1 day, you're looking at about 3.5 million. Its launch day projection was around 45 million XRP, which is very interesting. A little less than what Canary did on day one, which accumulates to over 21 million XRP. So think about this. Let's look at a 30-day projection on this, okay? You have Canary, which would be live. You'll have Franklin Templeton live. You're going to have Grayscale live, and you're going to have Bitwise live. You can see the 1 month projection up here for Grayscale. If we just say all of these funds are going to combine taking 70 million each, that is 280 million XRP. 280 million XRP scooped up off the exchanges in a month. And that's only from 4. So by December 20th, 280 million XRP gone. Think about what happens in 4 to 5 months. You're looking at 1 billion XRP gone. We've spoken about this before. There's only about 3.5 billion worth of XRP out there on these exchanges, folks. Let that sink in. This is the kind of flow that compresses supply and forces price discovery. And just when you think the system couldn't get more open, well, Jerome Powell, Good old Jerome. He went on CNBC and straight up said every bank in the US can now offer Bitcoin and crypto services. Every bank, folks. This is the moment where your traditional system, it stops fighting over crypto and it starts integrating. Listen.
With Bitcoin really is to look at, with crypto, really is to look at the banks. And we think banks are perfectly able to serve crypto customers as long as they understand and can manage the risks and it's safe and soundness. A good number of our banks that we regulate and supervise do that. The threshold has been a little higher for banks engaging in crypto activities. And that's because they're so new and, we don't want to make the mistake. If you're making a choice to conduct that activity inside a bank, which is inside the federal safety net with deposit insurance, then you want to be pretty sure that it's a safe and sound activity. So we're not against innovation, and we certainly don't want to take actions that would cause banks to terminate customers who are perfectly legal.
We've come such a long ways. Look, if you connect all the dots here, the dog pool levels, the ETF launches, the institutional inflows, the regulatory clarity, the global reserve race, it all points to one thing. We are entering a new era for XRP and crypto as a whole. Make sure you get that call booked and sign up for that free newsletter. Did I mention the newsletter is free? 100% free? We are entering a new era for XRP and crypto as a whole. Stay sharp, stay early, and guess what? Stay educated. Because the next few weeks could rewrite everything we thought we knew about this market. And don't forget, folks, patience pays. I'll see all y'all on the next one.